Hey, it's Luke. Welcome back to another episode of Magical Insight with Luke Hillis. This is a show about perspectives for enriching the quality of life, finding fulfillment and sense of success, adventure, and whatever else that you're seeking, as well as practices for all of that as well. And today, what I actually have to offer is a practice. So you can see I'm in a different location than usual. And I'm a little less animated than usual because I've been meditating. And this is where I like to go to meditate. Let me see if I can flip around the camera. Oops. I don't think I can flip it around while I'm recording. At least not on my phone. But here, I'll show you around. So this is the woods where I am. And I consider this a sacred place, and this is where I come to meditate, usually once a day. I meditate twice a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, and this is where I like to come for my morning meditation. And the meditation technique that I use is called transcendental meditation. So to come here to meditate is a new thing for me. I usually always either meditated at home or at my office or at a local meditation spot, like a designated meditation space where I live. But a friend actually introduced me to the idea of meditating in the woods, and I love it. It's been a long time desire of mine for, 10 years basically, to be more connected to nature, and I've always felt like, well, I'll get more connected to nature when I have more time. Back then it was when I'm done with college, and then it's like, oh, well, when I'm done with working, and then it's the next job, and the next job, or the next thing, and when I'm done with this, when I'm done with that. And I'm starting to see, it's kind of a theme in my life, to postpone things for when I feel I have more time, and then I never really do have more time, because I fill it up with something else. So instead of waiting, it dawned on me, well, I'm already taking time every day to meditate. I can come to the woods to meditate, and then I get to connect with nature. It's this sort of simple aha. But yeah, the time is already being used. It takes me a little bit more time to come to the woods because I have to come here, and then I go back. But it's maybe 10 minutes extra. I meditate for 35 or 40 minutes, and then I add an extra 10 minutes onto that. But by using that extra 10 minutes, I actually get to spend that whole 35, 40 minutes in the woods. So it's a good use of 10 minutes. I'm getting a lot of return in terms of nature time with that little bit of transportation time. So the moral of the story here is that if you are seeking to connect more with nature, I invite you to examine your daily or weekly habits and see if there's something that you currently do that you don't do in nature that you could do in nature. Because nature, even just doing something else in nature is a form of being in nature. It's an environment that you cultivate yourself in, even if you're not intentionally putting your attention on it. Even just making this video right here, I'm in nature making this video. It has an effect. It's different than if I was in my house or my car or my office or somewhere else. And then, extending this beyond just nature would be to say, if there's some environment that you want to cultivate yourself in, then how could you take something that you already do and do it in that environment? Let me see if I can think of an example. Nature is such a good example. What's another example? What would be an example for me? So here's an example. It's sort of an interesting example, I suppose. But I find going to sports events to be inspiring. I get ideas. I get juice when I go to sports events. They don't even have to be professional. Even high school sports events. It connects me to my own high school athletic self, and it gets me energized. So it's like, if I'm going to, gosh, what could I do there? I guess I'm drawing a little bit of a blank. Like if I was going to journal or something, I could go there and journal. And that would be a way to cultivate that energy. It's, okay, I admit, it's not the best example for me, but maybe you can think of one. But where it really applies for sure is in nature, no doubt. If you want to connect with nature more, but you feel short on the time, take some practice that you already have, and then come do it in nature. So, love and blessings. I probably won't be making many more videos from here because this is, to me, a sacred space, not, for silence and not for activity. But since I was making a video about meditating in the woods, I thought I'd make it in the woods right after I meditated. Okay, good to see you. Love and light. If you like the video, subscribe, share it, post your comments below, send me your questions, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.